that son of a bitch.
This bitch, this bitch, this bitch, this bitch.
Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mr. DDG94 back with another reaction video. Today we're going to react to the whole Monique situation and my personal thoughts. I really don't care per se, but everybody wants my opinion, so I said I was gonna make a video, so here y'all go. The madness continues. It hasn't died down. I'm pretty sure Monique is not gonna take this one down, especially not with her husband, who I'm considering is the problem, because at first I thought they was just hating on the man for standing up for his woman. But after this situation with her son, I kind of see why niggas don't fuck with her husband and don't want to have a situation and don't want to sit down and talk with her because of her husband. And it's also due to the fact that these people are just fucking delusional. Now, I don't give two fucks about we gotta protect black women. I don't give two fucks about that. If you wrong is wrong, right is right. Okay? That's how I was raised. That's what I was told. Wrong is wrong and right is right. There is no in between. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. And in this instance, Monique is wrong. You keep blaming everybody for your situations or your mishappenings and all this shit. You get opportunities. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you don't. That's life. But don't play fucking victim every time shit don't go your way. That's the problem with Monique. She has this very weird problem with playing victim when things don't go her way. Now, I can understand the Oprah situation. I can understand the Tyler Perry situation. I can understand her problems with Lionsgate. I can understand those problems. You weren't contractually obligated. They pretty much harassed you into doing something that you didn't want to do. That's Hollywood in a nutshell. Hollywood has always treated people wrong, especially people of color. It don't matter if you're a woman or a man. It's just minorities in general in Hollywood have been treated like dog shit. It doesn't matter if you're a woman. Okay? It doesn't. How many black actors have won an Oscar? You can count a handful. I still say that Denzel should have at least 6 to 8 fucking Oscars. Cause nobody outacts that man on any given day. But yet he only has 2. Will Smith finally did get his Oscar. Not for all the amazing roles he's played in the past. He's just now getting his Oscar. Think about that. So, I could understand those situations for Monique. I can understand her frustration from her side. I can understand the Oprah situation heavily because Oprah's just a disrespectful ass bitch. Fuck Oprah. I think that's the only thing that me and Monique can agree on. Fuck Oprah. Fuck that bitch. But when we talking about playing victim and then hiding behind your husband, it shows lack of accountability. It also shows a form of entitlement, unnecessary entitlement, I should say. I get it, know your worth, but if they give you the platform to put out the product and your product don't sell, what does that tell you? You weren't worth what they were looking. You really weren't worth what you was expecting. I understand you may feel like you a 40 million, 60, $50 million comedian, but realistically, what they offered you is realistically what you are. Who's checking for Monique? Is Monique really that funny? I say no. Because a lot of her stand-up is rooted in rants and banter. If I wanted to see rants and banter, I would go watch a Kanye West interview. At least there's some form of entertainment out of that. I don't want to hear you go on stage at a comedy show, a stand-up comedy show, and talk about Gayle King and Oprah and DL Hughley and all these other motherfuckers. I don't care. You said everything you need to say on the Club Shay Shay interview. I'm pretty sure when Cat Williams goes on stage, he don't talk about Club Shay Shay. He don't talk about how he fucked up the internet. Cat Williams goes out there, he puts out his best material. You bring the controversy to you, but the thing that you fail to realize is eventually that controversy settles down, it dies. It's no longer a hot topic. Now, this shit with your son, on the other hand, this is by far this shows Monique's character. This shows the real Monique. The Monique that we really need to see. The real Monique. Not the oh sweet babies, they did me wrong all these years and I've been fighting for my rights for black women and black people. Nah, fuck that. That's the facade. That's clearly the fucking facade. The real Monique is that motherfucker during the text. Is that motherfucker on them text messages. That motherfucker that her son is talking about. Now, let's be real. I don't understand the backlash towards her son. I don't understand it at all. Because I've been seeing so many videos of these fucking old heads on this website, on YouTube, literally saying that he's in the wrong for speaking against his mama. That's your mama. You don't speak against your mama. But let me break it down for you like this. If it was his daddy or his pops, y'all would sit up there and be like, yeah, talk down on, yeah, fuck that man. He was never there for you anyway. He don't care. It's always like that. I swear to God, bro. It's always like that. When it's the dad. When it's the dad, it's like, fuck the dad. If the dad ain't shit, the dad ain't shit. He a deadbeat. He this, he that, he the third. But when it's fucking when it's fucking the mama, you shouldn't speak about your mama. She raised you. She birthed you. That's your one true protector. You need to think about. No, nigga. Right is right. Wrong is wrong, nigga. It don't matter who. It don't matter who it is, nigga. Right is right. Wrong is wrong, nigga. And what Monique did was wrong, bro. And the only reason why I feel sympathy with this young man is because I went through that shit myself. I can't speak on his experience per se because I don't know him. I don't know the dynamics of him and his mom's situation. But from what I've seen, I can understand from my own perspective and what I went through with both of my parents. Both of my parents have let me down. Both of my parents, I felt neglected and rejected. They neglected and I rejected. When the love was being shown, I didn't want it. And when I wanted the love, they wasn't reciprocating it to me in the way that I wanted it to be. Because I keep telling y'all this, I was raised on tough love. I was raised on being real. I was raised on real shit. I was raised on real life etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Like, my parents didn't let me believe in Santa Claus or Tooth Fairy and none of that fairy tale bullshit. I was raised on tough love. In the beginning. But as I started to get older, as I started to reach my teenage years, as I started to really want to learn more, wanted to be around my parents more, I had this form of resentment because I just wasn't receiving the type of love that I was expecting. At a really crucial time where I needed my pops, he wasn't there. And that hurt me so fucking much. And I never told him that it hurt me. I just told him I forgave him for it. I never told him how I felt. For periods of time, especially in my teenage years, my high school years, there was resentment. There was a form of resentment from my mom. Especially going into my adult years, which led to my situation happening back in 2017. If you know, you know. I don't got to explain it. If you've been on this channel long enough, you know my situation in 2017, which led to that. And I feel this man's resentment because my mom did exactly the same thing that this young man had to experience. But he had to experience it at a younger age. I had to experience it pretty much at an older age, but still it felt like, yo, you really did that to me. And that really hurt. And I had no form of contact. I had no form of reconciling or settling with my mom. I was completely fed up with her. I never wanted to talk to my mom again. I didn't want to be around her. If they was like, "Oh, your mom's gonna come over," I would instantly pack my bags and leave. Instantly, I wouldn't be around her. I didn't want to talk to her or nothing. That situation really messed with my head for a little bit, and I felt like, I'm not gonna lie, it's fucked up, but I was like, I'm just cool with having my dad. I know that's a fucked up thing to say, but when you go through situations with your parents and your parents do things to you that you just like, yo, you really gonna do that? That's what we on. That's that timing that we on. And I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm innocent. I fucked up. I was fucked up in my own part. I did shit that I wasn't supposed to be doing. I was out here being reckless with my life. I was doing shit I wasn't supposed to be doing. I was going places I shouldn't. I was hanging around with people I shouldn't have been hanging around. doing shit that I shouldn't have been doing, places I shouldn't be. You know, once you hit that 18 mark, that 19 mark, that 20 mark, that 21 mark, especially that 21 mark, you start smelling yourself a little bit. You start like, man, I'm grown. Fuck she talking about? But you living under her roof, yet you still out here doing shit that you know what I'm saying? So I acknowledge where I was wrong in the relationship with my mom. With my dad, it's a little different because the situation with him was more so when I was younger. And the only thing I can say I did bad in the situation, I didn't try to reach out and communicate as often as I should have. Because I gave up too fast. I gave up too fast because when you just keep feeling forms of neglect and resentment, at some point you just don't want to chase after it no more. Which is why I side with the young man here, because with my dad it's like, my dad, it was kind of like you left. And then when you came back, I tried to reconnect with you and you neglected me. You pushed me to the side for hoes. You pushing me to the side for females. You pushing me aside to go hang with the homies at the strip club. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we don't get to bond. You know what I'm saying? I want to bond. I want to spend time. Let's kick it for the weekend. Let's go do something. Let's go to a Bucks game or something. You know what I'm saying? Let's go have fun. But nah, man. I'm gonna be in Vegas this weekend with the boys, man. We gonna be turning up, son. I can't. All right. Then when he finally settled down and he want to have a relationship, I'm just like, fuck out of here. And see, I know some people in the comments like, well, that's your daddy though. I mean, that's gonna happen. That's what daddies do. Sometimes they just don't come. But that's the thing though. It's crazy when it's the dad. Y'all treat the dad like he ain't shit. And it's fine to have a fucked up relationship with the dad, but with the mom, it's a no. It's the worst thing in the world. And I hate that, especially in the black community, bro. I hate that in the black community. You have to, as the kids, we have to be thankful for our parents. It's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. If the parents are good parents, most definitely I'm going to be thankful for them. But if the parents are bad parents, there's no reason to be thankful for bad parents. Well, some people don't have parents. Might actually be a good thing for them. You never know. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Never know. But the point that I'm really trying to emphasize on is where neglect comes in. It's deeper than money for. It's deeper than just looking out for a nigga when he down at his lowest, or when a nigga ain't got a car, or when a nigga about to get evicted from his house, or when a nigga, you know what I'm saying, about to have a child and really needs some financial backings at the moment because shit just got fucked up. It's different. It's like, yo, that's what you're supposed to do because you're the parent. That's what you're supposed to do. But another responsibility of the parent is to always show affection and always show support for the child, no matter what. And I don't think Monique put her best foot forward in that situation. Because like I said, with both of my parents, I felt that best foot forward. Even when I tried, even at my highest moments, I tried to put a smile on my face for both of my parents. But deep down inside, I didn't want to share that fucking moment with them, but I had to. My highest moments, I had to share that moment with them. Because at the end of the day, they still my parents. And now that I've lost one of my parents, sadly, you know, if the best thing I could say about my situation with my parents that's different from Monique, and this is where Monique is so wrong on so many levels, is accountability. The one thing that my parents did right in the situation with me, they both sat down and they talked with me and they both took accountability for where they went wrong. Like my pops, I want to say from the time I was 18 to pretty much when he passed away, he always keep telling me the same thing over and over again. Same story over and over again. Man, look, man, I fucked up, man. I should have been there. I fucked up, man. I know you probably look at me, man. I'm just probably your sperm donor, man. I know it, man, because deep down inside, man, because I fucked up in some areas, but I should have been there for you. And you know, those situations, and even in that situation, he took accountability for where he fucked up at. And I had to always tell him every time he would tell me this shit, I forgive you. You my pops. I love you. Know what I'm saying? And then with my mom, the most, and I'd probably say it was probably like the last act of my dad. Basically, when he passed away, the main thing that I think he wanted most from me was to rekindle my relationship with my mom. Like I said, at that point, I was done with my mom. I was like, yo, this is the final straw. I've taken so much bullshit from you, but this shit right here, it hit me too deep. It literally left me crying. It left my heart breaking. Now, like I said, I did some shit with her that I shouldn't have did. I shouldn't have did certain shit. I shouldn't have been certain places. I shouldn't have been hanging out with certain people. I shouldn't have been walking around with my chest out, thinking I'm big and bad, walking over her and shit like that, and doing things that I shouldn't have done, talking to her certain ways I shouldn't have talked to her. So yes, I am in the wrong, and I do acknowledge that. I take full accountability for my actions. But some shit you don't forgive, some shit you just gotta charge to the game. And I think my pop's final act, as he was passing on to transitioning on to the next life, was for me and my mom to rekindle our relationship. And I made sure that before I left up north and moved down south, I made sure that our relationship rekindled. I made sure that me and her that if I'm going to leave, and if there's a possibility that I do or may not come back up north, I at least want to make sure that our relationship is good. That was my biggest thing with my mom, was making sure that our relationship was good before I left. Because I don't know if I'm coming back or not. Who knows where life is going to take me. This is me moving down here was just going to be a whole new journey for me. And so far it's been a fucking experience. I will say that. But that's neither here nor there. I was just, you know what I'm saying? I might have just been rambling for a little bit, but I just wanted to speak from my perspective and explain why I side with the son more than I side with Monique. Because where Monique went wrong is she's not taking accountability. And her husband is making it worse. And I see why people like Tyler Perry and all these people don't want to do business with Monique because of her husband. It's like, we'll do business with you but your husband can't be involved. Like I said, at first I'm thinking, it's a, oh, they don't want to see they hate to see a husband, but now seeing how he treats her son, not his son, but her son. How he treats that young man, I see why he a piece of shit. I see why niggas don't want to do business with Monique because of him. He's a piece of shit. Point blank period. Her husband is a piece of shit. And this is something that, and another thing too is Monique and her husband got it all wrong. I don't think they listened to this young man and what he was saying. He wasn't coming from a place of bitterness. He wasn't coming from a place of, oh, so we doing that type shit. He didn't come off that way. He just wanted to speak his truth and his narrative and spin the narrative on what the relationship was. You're the one that said that, you're the one that's trying to spin the narrative to make you look good. How does somebody who admits that they neglected their child get so much praise and so much admiration versus someone who's just speaking their truth into existence and having the world understand what's really going on? Their side, just their perspective. That's all the young man wanted to do, was make sure his side was heard. But that's the problem, though. It's always the parent is right and the child is wrong. And that's the biggest problem in the black community. The elders don't like to listen to the youth because they think that the youth is just speaking that bullshit. And they don't want to hear it because they living in them old ass times, in them old ass rules where they think that you the youngest, I'm the elder, respect me. And it's like, nah, fuck that. Respect is earned. Ain't that what y'all taught me? Ain't that how y'all raised me? Ain't that how it's supposed to go? Respect is earned, not given. Or just because you my parent don't mean you're just giving my respect. Now I'ma love you because you my parent. But the respect thing, that has to go both ways. If you showing me a level of respect, I can show you a level of respect. And clearly Monique has not shown this young man the respect that he deserves, especially as her firstborn. That's crazy. She literally turned her back on her son for what I consider a manipulator. I consider her husband to be a manipulator. You turn your back on your son for a manipulator? Now maybe he does protect her. Maybe he does make her feel happy. But is it really worth the cost of your child? Is it really worth the cost of the respect and love and admiration of your child? Is it really worth it? That's my biggest question. Is loving that man more important than loving your own child? Something that you created, something that came from you, something that is of your essence that you put out here into this world as a woman. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth burning it? Is it really worth burning that bridge? That's why I don't have kids. I don't plan on having kids anytime soon. Because I want to make sure I'm right mentally and financially before I even think about having a kid. I don't want to move too fucking fast because I could take my time. If Robert De Niro out here having kids that's damn near 80 years old, I think it's perfectly safe for me to wait my time to have a a young version of me if I ever do get the chance to, or ever find the right person that I could consider that with. But that's neither here nor there. That's another topic for another day. But man, I just hope that everybody in this situation heals. Monique is not a good person. We need to stop acting like Monique is a good person. She's not. It's clear she has problems. It's clear she doesn't take accountability. It's clear she hides behind her husband, who takes up for her, but in a very manipulative way to try and spin the narrative. And the way how she talks to, and the way how he was talking to her son, he's a piece of shit, for real. And I had a similar situation with my sister's dad. Not in the sense of this nigga did something for me. This nigga ain't never did shit for me. I never asked this man for nothing a day in my life. I hate this man to this day, and it's for personal reasons. My sister's dad will always be my biggest op. My biggest enemy, my biggest op will forever be my sister's dad. I hate that nigga to the day I fucking die. That is my number one true enemy in this world. There was one person I wish the worst for, it would be that nigga. Fuck him. It's personal. I don't want to get into it. Just know that he fucked up a happy home. I had a part in it too, but shit could have easily been mended. He fucked up a happy home. That's all I'm gonna say. He forever my biggest op. And that's not the reason. It's deeper than what y'all think it is. And I'll never explain it because it's too fucking personal for me to put out there into the atmosphere. And that's my sister's dad on top of that. So out of respect for my sisters, I won't get too far into it because I love my sisters dearly. Unlike their dad. But anyways, though, that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. I said what I said. I stand where I stand. Fuck what you think. Fuck what you heard. I don't care. It is what it is. I stand on business. We standing on business over here. I don't care. I side with the son in this situation. I don't care. We need to stop this. We need to stop this bullshit. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. When you're doing wrong, you should get treated. You should be treated as such. Shouldn't be an exception because you mama. They don't give an exception for daddy. They don't give an exception for pops. They never give an exception for Pops. Pops could easily be considered a deadbeat. They throw tomatoes at him. They throw him under the bus. They throw him in jail because he ain't paying child support. Pops gonna always get the worst. But I guarantee you, if they ain't have government assistance and child support, it'd be a lot of deadbeat moms out here just like Monique. But anyways, though, that's neither here nor there. I'll leave that situation alone right now. That's where I'm going to leave it at. I will see you on the next video. Tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. Give y'all thoughts and opinions. I want to know. Till then, peace out.